It's retired people, it's lawyers, it's doctors, it's out there. It's out there and it's hitting hard.
It affects Chippens Hill, it affects Forceville, it affects Federal Hill, it affects students, it affects the elderly. It is something that we need to solve as a community, and that was the purpose of creating the task force.
On average, we can see, up to 1 to 2 to 3 overdoses a day, and it's people we know. It's friends, it's family, it's people in the community. And oftentimes it's patients who have a family, who have a job, who have a life, which is much bigger than their drug addiction. And oftentimes it's patients who you would see on the street and never guess that they had a problem with opioids.
Literally, I grew up in a great family, middle-class family, and it hit us. So I got up in front of my faculty in October. Well, first I shared my story and I said, I have an idea. I want whoever's willing to come forward and share their story and to be taped, and we would show our students. What surprised me is 16 staff members came forward. 16. I'd say at least 10 of which were heroin, and half of which had fatal overdoses just in those.
Like, just because your kid seems very good and on the right path and you sheltered life, don't think it will not happen to them.
They had a great foundation. I mean, we spent summers. My parents had a house on a lake up in Goshen. We spent summers up there, basically. Surrounded by family and just having fun and being together. And, they were with cousins and aunts and uncles and grandparents and us. They were fishing and boating and
catching frogs.
Yeah, just stupid things like going out catching frogs. And, they were boys. And certainly not perfect, but they were good boys.
There's still people out there that don't believe that it can happen to them. Not my child. I hear that a lot, and that's just not the case. It is affecting every single family out there. And it certainly has no limitations. And until we, change that, we're not gonna stop this. The police can't do it. Fire can't do it. EMS can't do it. The communities as a whole have to do it to stop the crisis. And it's really, focusing on our families and really becoming educated and aware. And that's the way I believe that we're going to get ahead of this.
Everybody needs help at some point in their life. Everybody. I don't care who you are, how much money you have, what job you have. At some point in your life, everybody needs help. And there's no shame in that.
Addiction affects us all. Call 1-800-563-4086 to learn where to turn for help and for hope.